teaching in a rural school has been the driving force behind me being a principal at Salmon Primary School. The journey that I've had over the past 8 years now has led to this point, but it's the grounding that I've got from a rural school community that's put me in the position where I am. It's the support networks that you have around you that push you to strive to be a better person, to be a better teacher, to push yourself to go further, a lot further than where I ever thought I would be. You asked me 2 years ago when I started being a principal at Salmon Primary School if I would be in that role, and I would have laughed at you. That wasn't the direction I was heading in at all. The programs that you experience in the rural schools give you the grounding and the background to be able to take on more of a leadership role as you progress through your career. We are a really small country school. We have 32 students at the school, and they are your typical farming community. It's quite a traditional area, but the kids that come to school, they want to be there, they want to learn, and they thrive off everything around the school, around the community. The community is a really supportive network. You've got to understand the whole student. I think if you're going to be successful in the country, the thing that you need to know is that each student has a story, and each student's story is different. And if you're going to help that student, you've got to know them themselves to be able to push through some of the barriers that they put up in front of you, especially when you're working in Indigenous communities as well, or working with Indigenous children, because there's so much that's going on in the background that you don't see that affects the way that they are at school. But being in a small community, you get to understand the community, you get to spend some time with them outside of the school structure. So you get to understand the student as a whole, which then helps you to build that learning environment in your classroom, which once you've got your students on your side, you've got an easy job. For me, I left Tasmania in 2010, left all my family behind, brought my husband with me, and we had nobody in Newman when we went there for the first time. But we didn't need our family to come with us to have a family with us. I know that sounds a bit strange, but we created a family in Newman, and I still have really strong bonds with those people that I met 8 years ago today. So they have that support network, and I think the best thing about it is you have a family around you that gets it. They understand because they're in the exact same situation that you're in. They're away from their family, they're dealing with the same conditions that you're dealing with, they're dealing with the same situations in the schools that you're dealing with, and you can vent and you can talk to them, and they understand and they can relate to you. So they're your breath of fresh air, really, the support network around you. I think some of the biggest challenges you face, depending on where you go, is the isolation. For me, I was in Newman, I've been in Tom Price, I've been in Kalgoorlie. All of those towns are relatively big towns, but there's nothing near them. So getting out of the town sometimes can be a big issue. But one of the things that support you with that is your pay, in a sense. You do get more pay for living up north. You do get better tax benefits. So when you go on holidays, you have the opportunity to get out of the town and to go and experience new and different things. But you've also got that support network around you that understand too. I think the thing that gets me excited the most in my role as a principal, my role as a teacher, is the student. Watching the student grow from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, and in a small community, you have that opportunity to watch the student grow over their years in schooling. And that's what I do my job for. It's not for me, it's not for what you can achieve, but it's for the student. And you go in thinking that you can make a difference, and you want to make a difference, and it's a hard yard to make that difference, but if you stick with it and if you persist with it, then you can actually see the rewards. Our job is a very rewarding job.